You won't know who I am from what you perceive. But if you listen when we speak, then you will receive a glimpse of who I am. And then you'll believe and have a life of peace, because your soul is at ease. You see, our source is the essence of which this world is conceived, which means that we were here before the bird and the bees. Now if you have not guessed, I am eternity. But now if you have guessed, and you guessed correctly, that simply means we share the same destiny to realize we are the God and Trinity that is talked about in Christianity. Now some will say that vanity, or go as far as insanity. It's because they believe in Western theology. But as for we, you see, we choose ancient Kemetic philosophy. Not to say that's the only path to immortality. That's the path for we, this life, you see, as we devote our life to helping others be free, so they in turn can reach their full divinity. And this is done because of the he and I, and the I and he. Peace and wholeness.
There we go. Now we got a visual going. What's happening? What's happening? Great day to all. Grand rising, Kundalini rising, greetings and heavenly salutations, Hetep and wholeness. All of that, all of the above, the whole nine and the whole 10. That's what it's. At any rate, welcome to another Soulful Discussion. Soulful Discussion here on the Soulful Sundays. Soulful Sundays, as a reminder, is a two-part deal from 11 to maybe 1 o'clock, depending upon the vibe, or up until about 12:30ish, depending upon the vibe. Our Soulful Discussion, more of our masculine approach, you see, to existence, to reality. And at 1 p.m., we transition for those who, open, ready to sign up, show up. We transition to a sound bath, a soulful sound bath. That will be moving to the feminine side to feel the essence of the all of God, of what's happening. So that's it in a nutshell. Soulful Sunday. And we will officially put our signature on this portal. It's my personal philosophy that many portals are always open. There are always portals open, period. There's always some portal open somewhere. And on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And probably wherever you are in your particular time zone, is the worship hour, which is a particular portal. And so we're simply saying with this particular hour of worship, hour of sacredness, devotion, spirituality, we're putting our signature on this portal to open up to the insight, the clarity on connecting the dots, on the esoteric teachings of life and our personal experience of this life. So that's it. That's it. Simply breathe into the now, the present moment, allowing our bodies, physical bodies, to feel the fullness of our energetic soul. Soulful Sunday. Building our soulful discussion. Simply being present in His presence, or in its presence. That's what being present with all there is, all there was, and all that shall be. Simply breathing into the present and feeling the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. As we open up to the divine infinite intelligence of all there is, all there was, and all that shall be. That's it. I tell you. So it is. So it shall be. All right. Again, welcome to another Soulful Discussion. Your host, Master Usher, at your service. It's just simply, lead the discussion. Of course, we're always open to all inputs from everyone. Because we're a community. That's what it is. We're a community. Whether you're hearing visible person or whether you're online live or come and watch the recording. So again, even the recordings, comments, questions, suggested topics, we're always open to them. Right? And with that being said, today our theme, I'm going to touch a little bit on "and the truth shall make you free." Right? And before that, just want to tie in the last two strongs, or the last 2 weeks, which some people may be accustomed to using the term a week to describe, 7 days, 7 rotations, 24-hour rotation. At any rate, so casting stones, because what happens is, it's really not a long discussion. It's kind of throwing some ideas out there about the concept. And then with that, how we see those manifesting in our daily life. So casting the first stones, still looking at that piece. And generally speaking, it may be looked at as so-called judging, having an emotional reaction in a sense that's not uplifting and positive and beneficial and pleasant to what someone else may be doing, or people or places, whatever the case may be. And one of the telltale signs of my person is, oh man, why? If it's direct as, why you do that? Or there you go with that again. Just something like that. As in, oh man, you did that. That's judging how to use their free will, as opposed to simply being at peace which is a different vibration. And the piece of how someone else uses their free will, when it's been shared, is and it, one of the main ingredients for compassion. Compassion. Um, Allowing someone either that safe space or the freedom to express themselves as a unique expression of the all, as a soul, in whatever way is coming right now, based upon their experiences. So casting stones, and what happens, the more my person does it with itself, it's easier to do it with the outside. As we see those results, right? Also was discussed briefly was if the I be singular, having a singular I. Well, my person again is still looking at that is how to look at all experiences, whatever's going on. Look at the experience and see how it lines with my person's core belief on its perspective on reality, as seen from my person's understanding of God. From my person's understanding of God, God's eyes, a child of God, being able to, what would God do? What would Jesus do? See from that perspective. The ability to look at all experiences from that perspective. For my person is having a singular eye. Then the body is full of light. Because if you see it from that perspective, you open up to the energy and it nourishes the body, feel that presence, right? Less than singular. And it's also an indication of if it's anything other than that, anything other than singular, then the perspective will be from more than likely some will call the ego or the lower self or the programming and conditionings, part of the book. All right. That's a good one. Maybe another one. A little high pay just before the transition came on in. Sacred tobacco stuff that allows assists one to become more grounded and present in the body. All right. So, in fact, I be saying, just seeing everything as it aligns to one's own core beliefs. And the benefits of that is the empowerment, because there's wholeness, there's alignment, there's unity, there's oneness. Whereas if the perspective of the event, circumstance, is taken that's not from that perspective of core belief perspective, God's not the truth of my God's truth, or how my person sees reality, truth, my reality is not from that perspective. Then it's a separation, and it's tension. There's tension there, and whenever there's tension, most of us know about tension. Things happen when there's tension that comes. So, just wanted to get a brief recap on the if and I be singular perspective, right? So, and which led us up to the topic of and the truth shall make you free. Because that singular I, then part of that, my person's understanding is it deals with seeing and living your truth, right? Everything aligns with your own truth, with your reality, right? And so, and the truth shall make you free. Now, this, like most of these scriptures, my person has been hearing these things ever since it was young. It was young, very youthful age, growing up in the church down south. Right? Although it wasn't a Baptist church, it was Lutheran. You had new people that went to Baptist church, and because of TV and things like that. We understood certain things, certain sayings, how they became cliches, The truth shall make you free. Tell the truth, the truth shall set you free, shall make you free, shall set you free. Right? And so now, from a certain perspective, on the surface, most people will really look at that as simply speaking your truth. Tell the truth shall make you free. Tell the truth shall make you free. And so the question now is, as it's just touching speaking your truth. As you speak your truth, well, what they're saying now is that's just it. Your truth is your truth. Someone may challenge your truth, and in society, a lot of times, some people may even want to make you feel bad about the truth that you have about reality, life, and to the degree that you stand fast and people speak your truth to a certain degree, right? That truth shall set you free. Now, the question is, what happens when that truth is not in alignment with what we call ultimate truth, the ultimate truth, or the highest truth, For example, right? There's some talk when it comes to death, physical death. There's some talk about us being eternal beings. The soul is eternal, the spirit is eternal. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Once the physical body dies, the spirit, the essence lives on. Right? So, while at the same time, a lot of people, when they have someone close to them, family member, friend, relative, that may pass or experience the cause of death, the words may be that. Maybe, they're in a better place, they chill around, they're with God now. Yet the feeling, whoa, what am I doing now, may still be there. So it would seem as though there's something more to just speaking your truth. It would seem as though speaking your truth with conviction, or the belief that you have in your truth. The belief that you have in your truth. The belief that you have in your truth. Right? Now, shall set you free. We get deep now. Because it gets, the deeper you go into the so-called rabbit hole with anything, the more it kind of branches out like roots. Even a tree, a tree or plant. There's one stem, right? Or tree stem, call it a stem, right? Then the stem, and then there's the branches. And the smaller the tree, the fewer the branches, the smaller the plant. The larger the plant, the tree, the larger the branches, right? So we're looking at, okay, if you speak your truth and you don't have conviction in it, then it may not be your highest truth, right? It's the surface truth. Then, so it may not set you free as the scripture suggests. However, if there is conviction with what you believe to be true, right? And however, if the foundation is based upon misinformation, right? For example, not suggesting one way or the other that the earth is flat or round. However, as the story goes in most history, especially here in the U.S., the story is years ago, people thought the earth was flat. Certain people thought the earth was flat. And if you sail a certain distance, you'll fall off. So it limited their travel. Right? And they're cool with that. If what you know, that's the reality. It's like, cool. That's why you're at peace with it. It's all right. However, if, for example, those saying the story may go, they found out the earth was round, you're able to go all the way around, for example, all the way around, start here, go that way. And at some point, you come back to where you started. Just keep going in the same direction. Oh, so then now there's peace with that as well, right? So there's peace with both informations. So hence, from another perspective, the setting being set free is set free from emotional bondage or persecution, right? Free from feeling anything other than peace, joy, excitement, pleasure, feeling whenever you feel anything that you want more of, or the ability to choose what you would like to experience towards feeling from a basic perspective is free. Freedom to feel, at least, now we get down to my personal um, relationship with being set free, which is the ability to feel any frequency, any feeling that my person's choosing at any given time. It desires, it chooses to, as well as to express my person's feelings, is to express my person's essence, whether it be through feeling, music, art, communication, or whatever it is, to express itself freely as the information that comes to it from its spirit guides, heights up to God. So whatever the intuition, whatever the instructions from within, my person is free to express that information to the outside, to bring it forth. And again, as well as my person is free to simply experience, to feel any frequency, any vibration on the scale, on the myriad of frequencies, to feel free to choose anyone at any given time, which is to say, growing up, right? My person feels it has something to do with maybe Gemini rising. So yeah, Gemini's Mercury is the planet that governs Gemini. It is some of the things that are known about Gemini besides communication, thinking, um, playfulness, playfulness, being silly, tricky, jokes, it's having fun. And growing up, one thing that was said to my person a lot was everything ain't funny. Everything ain't funny. Why you laughing? Everything ain't funny. Close your mouth. Everything ain't funny. Everything ain't funny. Everything ain't funny. Well, from a certain perspective, this is true. Everything isn't funny. However, who is the funny? Who is the funny man, the funny person, judge or rulemaker? What's the funny rule? Where's the rule that says these things are funny, these things are not funny? For those of us who've been around long enough experiencing society, we remember times, say comedians, and even TV shows, there were certain things that were said on TV, certain things that were just ha ha funny. Today, he may be in prison, have a fine, got to pay some money, or whatever, because someone else says that that's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. In other words, it's saying you're not free to use your energy like that. So they limit it. They put a limit on it. Which to a certain perspective, to a certain degree, we understand why that may be, whether protection or, to keep things in order and harmony, there's a certain limitation. While at the same time, if a society or a community is operating from the obedience from the higher self, then that's it. That's included. So there's less limitations to be imposed on the outside because people are living from the limitations on the inside based upon what is best for the individual and those who are around, right? What choosing based upon what's the best, um, either for right now this particular situation and or for the long run. So getting the insight to bring that forth from my personal perspective is freedom. Is freedom. Whereas if the orders come from spirit to bring forth, and someone was to challenge that, they're looking to, from a certain perspective, break your freedom, break your freedom, break your freedom. So how does that work? As we speak on this from a practical perspective. Well, what my person looks to do is to be at peace with being free. For anyone who wishes to disrupt my person's freedom to express itself. And then we take it from there. Because being at peace with whoever, whatever wishes to interrupt your peace or the freedom how you choose to express yourself, by being at peace, my person will get the insight on how to deal with that particular situation. Otherwise, there's a chance that the so-called ego, the inner child, may feel threatened. It may come out swinging. It may come out, who do you think you are? I've got the right to. It's happened before. As observing self, it has happened before. So it's my personal approach this stage of engaging with reality. This is the approach that it's taking now. This is the stand, the perspective. This is part of my person's I being singular. By understanding how freedom, being set free, is in direct alignment with having a singular I of the relationship of all things in creation, or having a singular eye on what is creation, what's happening. The science says everything is energy. In religion, there's conscious spiritual communities, science says that everything is the spirit of God. Pretty much the same thing. How does it manifest? How does everything being energy gives us these different textures, solids, liquids, gases, colors, pain, pleasure, ouch, different sounds. If it's all energy, the resistance, the hardness, the softness would make energy appear to be so hard that you can't go through it. You can't put your hand through the drum in a sense. That make it seem like you can't put your hand through the drum. Although, from a certain truth, you can. So even with that, the truth should make you free. And the truth of this all energy. So it says a holographic universe, a simulation. What truths about this simulation that you may be able to align with the experiences that you have, so that your eye is singular as far as seeing the experiences aligned with that truth about how creation came to be, and how we got to this point in creation, how energy got to this point that we, collectively agree on that this was happening. How did we get here? It was all energy. truth shall set you free. Yeah. So, yeah, how to align yourself so that you see the experiences reflective on your truth, on how this energy works. So that's pretty much that. And the getting the wind down, just as a reminder, um, my person's formula or understanding is becoming more simple. Uh, Soulful Sundays, Metaphysical Mondays, um, even Freedom Fridays. Those are the three main events that my person hosts in person. And they're all centered around the foundation of spiritual laws, the integration of spiritual laws and esoteric teachings, right? Because my person understands that spiritual laws, universal laws, have a correlation with our spiritual body. And to the degree that we're able to comprehend, understand, connect, understand how and why these spiritual laws work is associated with our mental body and how we feel about these laws as they manifest have an association correlation with our emotional body. So my person does with these events, even just in general. The program that is running with my person is the principles and laws of the universe and seeing the manifest, what some call in real time, right now. And of course, with that, for the most part, being at peace with how they manifest. Some joy is cool now. Some joy and excitement is cool how they manifest. However, my person is removing from feeling anything other than joy and peace, generally speaking, for how these laws and principles manifest. So that my person's emotional body, right, is vibing in a frequency that's pleasant because it feels good. It is that peace and joy about its understanding of the spiritual laws and how they manifest. Again, this is my person's personal, on the surface, plan, way of being that allows it to, on a daily basis, to increase its awareness of being at peace, this peace of God that surpasses all understanding. So, with that, I encourage you all to, again, look at the truth that you say is your truth. Whatever your truth is, whatever it may be. And again, there's no judgment because it is your truth. It's your truth. Looking at your truth, what it is. And your truth, my person is thinking about your understanding of the laws of the universe, reality, and creation. Your truth. Making sure there's a firm foundation of understanding about what you believe is true about it. And it will assist that whatever you believe to have an understanding of what it looks like when it does manifest. To be able to say, this is my person believes about the nature of reality, about truth, about, even about, say, take politics, about politics. This is why it's going on about politics or, race issues or transgender, even whatever smaller, or lesser things that are going on in society, aside from the main thing, just good, so-called good and so-called evil. How does it manifest? And so, with whatever's going on in society, how are you connecting what's happening with your understanding about the laws and principles, right? You're coming from heaven to earth, spiritual laws with the spiritual body. the mental laws of the mental body, emotional laws of the emotional body, physical laws of the physical body. So with the experiences that's going on in society, in your world, whatever you're off into, that everybody's off into politics, that everybody's off into religion, that everybody's off into, Black Lives Matter, race, whatever you're off into, whatever it is, are you able to see principles manifesting it, right? And or, how do you feel about what you're experiencing, about what you're seeing, about what you're hearing, about the environment? How do you feel about that based upon your understanding of why it's happening, based upon what you know to be true about reality, right? So again, these things work in tandem, work together to either allow the physical body to be at more ease, to be more relaxed, which promotes more natural healing because energy is flowing, which promotes more intuition because as energy flows, there's information in energy that we feel more of the connection to God, to the all. Right? However, to the lesser degree that type of alignment is going on, and we may experience unpleasantness or what's going on, or confusion about what's happening because we're not able to connect the spiritual law, understand the spiritual laws is governing the experience, right? And if that be the case, then of course the physical body would experience something different. It'd be more tense, more stretched, more rigid. Energy is not flowing as freely. And when the energy is not flowing as freely, it becomes more stiff, the stagnation. And over times, there may be more pain may develop within the physical body from not having the alignment from the spiritual, mental, and emotional bodies, to operate more cohesive, coherent. Right? So, authentic truth. Yes. This, I tell you, it feels good. Good things. And the beauty about the truth is, authentic truth is timeless. It's timeless. Ageless. It's priceless. And so, when my person is simply sharing, holding space for all of us, if it resonates, either to share, to tune in to how we are applying and how we are using these authentic, timeless truths. One love. The wellness not there. One saw the thought was precious one love. She used to say one love and wellness. However, one love is one love, baby. One love is one love. Right on. So yeah, and feel free to throw any comments and or questions out there. This is towards the wind down part of the discussion. Generally here in studio, my person was share about a half an hour, again, on how it's put together, the information of the authentic truth, of the timeless teachings, ancient wisdom, how it puts together, how it sees them, puts together, and more importantly, it's experiencing them. So how my person is experiencing these things. And again, holding space, whether it be on Sunday, online, or in person, whether it be on actually Monday, because Monday's a potluck here in Temple Mother Earth in Washington, D.C. Sundays, more religious, spiritual discussion, here at 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock Sound Bath. On Mondays, it's a potluck, integration potluck. It's more social, just whatever comes up, comes up. Wednesday night here at the Temple, Southeast Washington, D.C. There's a day night and a hot pink night, hosted by Brother Faison. My person usually shows up after hours around 9:30. So the event is from 7 to 9. And of course, the way the vibe goes, a lot of times my person comes back from rehearsal on Wednesday. It's still going. So Wednesdays is about, then the second and fourth Fridays is about Freedom Fridays. You know, being in person, uh, sharing authentic truths and how they manifest and our experiences with them. You know, and also, there's something. Okay. Oh yeah, Metaphysical Mondays, which is online, the second and fourth Mondays. Again, more along the lines of the dissertation on the, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual alignment. Mondays is more health related. So that's a overview again. My personal journey right now, the season of sharing this experiences over the past 10 plus years of observing, watching, experimenting with the authentic truths, with these timeless teachings. So there you have it. Let's see, is there anything else before we end the transmission? Maybe we'll play a little, a minute or two on this official close out our signature of this portal. And look forward to next. Whether it be person or virtual. As we give thanks. All forms of our higher self. That's it. Authentic truth flows freely. Indeed. And when it flows freely, it has the tendency to set you free. This authentic truth flows freely. When one hears the authentic truth, it resonates. Like the singing bowl, it resonates. It's like, oh, that feels peaceful. It feels free. So yeah, child, we own this up. We own this up. That's it. Authentic truth flows free. Like living waters. Right on our midnight shade. All right. Well, good. Thanks for tuning in with a brother. Thanks for rolling with a brother. And until we come together once again, it's a time as this, in any dimension, whatever it may be, we want to wish you the best of thoughts and to enjoy all of your creation. Until we come again, bid you adieu. Say good day. Right on. Amen and Ache. Put this video up here. So.
You won't know who I am from what you perceive. But if you listen when we speak, then you will receive a glimpse of who I am. And then you'll believe. they believe in Western theology. But as for we, you see, we choose ancient Kemetic philosophy. Not to say that's the only path to immortality. That's the path for we. This life, you see, as we devote our life to helping others be free, so they in turn can reach their full divinity. And this is